I wanted to review these podcasts from Zoe. Zoe is a very interesting concept where they are trying to make actually good nutritional science by using um, blood monitors for sugar, blood pressure, etc. And they usually have very interesting conversations. But lately, they've been having this guy called Christopher Gardner a lot. He's paid by Beyond Meat. You can only see veganism in front of his eyes. He cannot see anything else. And in this whole conversation, it was very disappointing that no studies were shown. He doesn't even know what carnivore diet actually means. He doesn't even know what that entails, which is crazy to me. One of his biggest remarks against it was, "Oh, well, we should check the microbiome." This was the guy that proved that fiber does not work. Check out my video on it. It's very interesting. He made a study trying to prove that fiber is great for the microbiome, and nothing was proven. So I made a video of me reacting to this, but the conversation was so boring and so lacking in any substantial thing that I think we should just ignore it and check out the comments, which are much funnier. um, the look at the dislike rates, like dislike rate. Zoe podcast usually has a very high liking rate to dislikes, but this one people were not happy, and the comments really reflect that. As a daily follower, Zoe and the fan I found was disappointing with this session. I'm not a scientist, but I know that eggs, fish, dairy, cheese, etc. are available in this diet. Many foods recommended by Zoe. It's true, Zoe recommends cheese, fish, dairy, eggs, which can be part of the carnivore diet. Not all carnivore diets include these items, of course, but it's very interesting. But yeah, cannot take this seriously, disappointed. I think we hit an echo chamber. Perfect comments. So just to be clear, you've asked a vegan for his unbiased view on the carnivore diet. Of course, this entire video was extremely lazy. No actual research or looking into this diet was carried out. At the very least, look into it and address individual points one by one if you have issues with it. Guys, please bear in mind that Zoe is more of a plant-based recommendation kind of podcast. They recommend most of the foods to come from plants and then a little bit of fish and eggs and meat, right? So their audience is lashing out against this interview because at least people are starting to slowly wake up against this propaganda. These scientists are guessing the benefits. They aren't even talking to people who've tried it. Very dumb. I used to like this channel and watch this channel and think they were knowledgeable. Not anymore. This one shows how ignorant they really are. Tons of evidence and studies showing the opposites of what this guy is parroting. This guy Gardner is totally biased. Double thumbs down for Zoe on this. So this is just a conversation. No science is proving why diet is bad. I'm vegetarian too, but I want to hear the real data. We know that the data behind microbiome importance and fiber already. Do you though? Completely non-scientific and extremely flippant. Very disappointing. Zoe chooses to have this pseudoscience to cover this. This video undermines Zoe. In the video, they say that they couldn't find people to sign up to a clinical trial on the carnivore diet, and that is something very stupid to say. What a waste of time. I'd be really interested in an informed opinion. Clearly, it is possible to live for 6 months to a year on this diet, as people have done just that. Have a read at your comments, and maybe do this topic again, but with someone who actually understands the carnivore diet. You really should have someone who opposes your views. This is just more confirmation bias. So, I wanted to show you the comments because it's nice to see that, at least in some parts of the internet, people are interested in real science, not just doctors that have terrible perspective on life and science. Any doctor, any scientist saying something like this guy just said on this interview, where he says something like, "Oh, we don't even need to test it because we already know it's a bad choice," is an absolute moron. That's not how science works. But hey, just a quick video. Just wanted to